Did you know that one of the pickup trucks on our list is so rare that only 3 are known to exist today? This automotive unicorn wasn't just a limited production model. It was practically a hand-built experiment that most collectors have only seen in photographs. And it's not the only one. In this video, you'll discover the 13 rarest pickup trucks of all time. Forgotten legends that command astronomical prices when they occasionally emerge from private collections. Some are so elusive that even veteran collectors might go their entire lives without seeing one in person. Number 1. 1937 Hudson Teraplane Pickup. In the midst of the Great Depression, while most automakers were focused on merely surviving, Hudson took a bold gamble with the Teraplane Pickup. What made this truck revolutionary wasn't just its ahead-of-time styling with those flowing fenders and elegant lines. It was the engineering underneath. Hudson equipped these workhorses with a powerful 212 cubic inch straight-six engine that produced an impressive 101 horsepower. Absolutely unheard of for a pickup in 1937. The truck's unit body construction was decades ahead of its time, offering exceptional rigidity and handling that left competitors in the dust. But Hudson's innovation proved too expensive for Depression-era buyers. With fewer than 500 units produced and most worked to death on farms and construction sites, finding one today is like discovering buried treasure. A perfectly restored 1937 Teraplane recently sold at auction for $175,000, proving that rarity combined with innovation commands a premium that increases with each passing year. Number 2. 1941 Chevrolet AK Series Pickup Camper Special. Long before overlanding became trendy, Chevrolet quietly developed a specialized pickup that would have been perfect for today's adventure seekers. The 1941 AK Series Camper Special was Chevrolet's experimental answer to America's growing interest in outdoor recreation. What separated this from standard AK models was its specially reinforced frame, heavy-duty springs, and unique wiring harness designed for connecting to external camping equipment. The production run was tragically cut short when America entered World War II, with manufacturing priorities shifting entirely to military vehicles. Production numbers fell somewhere between 350 to 400 units, and with no special documentation to distinguish them from regular AK pickups, many were scrapped without anyone recognizing their significance. Today, experts believe fewer than 15 authentic camper specials still exist, making this perhaps the rarest pre-war Chevrolet pickup ever made. Their values have skyrocketed as today's collectors recognize them as the great-grandfathers of modern recreational trucks. Number 3. 1955 Napco Chevrolet Suburban Pickup. Before in-house 4x4 systems became standard offerings, General Motors turned to Northwestern Auto Parts Company, Napco, to create what would become one of the most unusual and capable work vehicles of the 1950s. The 1955 Napco Suburban Pickup was essentially a hybrid, combining the passenger compartment of the Suburban with a shortened pickup bed grafted to the rear. It was the ultimate vehicle for work crews who needed to transport both people and materials through challenging terrain. What makes these vehicles nearly impossible to find today isn't just the limited production run of approximately 300 units, but the fact that they were never officially listed in GM's catalogs. They were special order vehicles, typically purchased by forestry services, oil companies, and mining operations. These workhorses were used so extensively in harsh conditions that most simply disintegrated from rust or damage. Today, fewer than 10 documented examples survive, and when one appears at auction, the bidding typically starts around $200,000, a far cry from their original $2,450 price tag. Number 4. 1958 Packard Pickup. As Packard's star was fading in the late 1950s, the once prestigious luxury automaker made a desperate final attempt to enter new markets. The 1958 Packard Pickup represents perhaps the strangest chapter in the company's terminal decline. Based on a Studebaker platform, after the ill-fated merger of the two companies, the Packard Pickup featured the elegant front-end styling of Packard's passenger cars mated to a utilitarian truck bed. the experiment was doomed from the start. Luxury car buyers couldn't reconcile Packard's upscale image with a working truck, while contractors found the price tag unjustifiable for a vehicle that offered no functional advantages over cheaper options. Production ceased after just 27 units left the factory, making this one of the rarest production vehicles ever made by a major American manufacturer. Of those original trucks, only 3 are known to have survived to the present day. The most recent sale in 2018 saw one of these unicorns change hands for $495,000, securing its place as one of the most valuable American pickups ever sold. Number 5. 1966 Ford F-100 Ranger Camper Special Desert Fox. While Ford's Desert Fox package would later become famous on the Bronco, few people know about its ultra-rare pickup predecessor. The 1966 F-100 Desert Fox was a regional special edition created specifically for Ford dealerships in Arizona, Nevada, and New Mexico. These trucks came equipped with specialized cooling systems, sand-specific tire treads, unique tan and orange paint schemes, and reinforced air filtration systems designed to handle the punishing desert environment. What makes the Desert Fox nearly impossible to find today isn't just its limited regional release of approximately 400 units, but the fact that Ford never officially documented the package in nationwide materials. Without proper documentation, many were repainted or modified over the years, losing their distinctive identity. Automotive historians estimate that fewer than 20 authentic Desert Fox pickups remain in their original specification. The model represents an early understanding of market regionalization that would later become standard practice across the industry. A properly documented Desert Fox in original condition can fetch upwards of $80,000 today, roughly 20 times its original sticker price. Number 6. 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner Pickup. In the height of the muscle car era, Plymouth briefly experimented with what many consider the first true American sport truck. Taking the powerful 383 cubic inch V8 from their Roadrunner muscle car and dropping it into a modified pickup body created a vehicle that could outrun most sports cars of the era while still hauling cargo. With its iconic beep beep horn and Roadrunner graphics, this truck was meant to bring performance credibility to Plymouth's commercial vehicle lineup. The experiment was short-lived. After producing just 25 prototypes for testing and dealer showcases, Chrysler executives canceled the program, believing it would cannibalize sales from their Dodge truck division. Most were recalled and destroyed, with only 7 known to have escaped the crusher by being sold to employees or quietly moved through dealerships without corporate approval. The last known public sale of a documented Roadrunner pickup occurred in 2015, when one sold for $275,000 at a specialty auction in Arizona, confirming its status as one of the most collectible Mopars ever produced. Number 7. 1973 International Harvester Pickup, Johnny Walker Edition. Corporate partnerships in the automotive world today are common, but in the 1970s, they were still relatively novel marketing experiments. The 1973 International Harvester Johnny Walker Edition represents perhaps the most unusual, and now most collectible, of these early branded vehicles. Created as part of a nationwide promotion for Johnny Walker Scotch, these limited edition pickups came in the distinctive black and gold colors of the Johnny Walker Black Label, with custom interior appointments including a built-in bar cabinet behind the seats, complete with crystal decanters and glasses. Only 44 were produced, one for each of the regional distribution managers of the liquor company. The partnership ended abruptly when public criticism about combining vehicles with alcohol promotion mounted. International Harvester quietly bought back many of the trucks and repurposed them, leaving just a handful in private hands. Today, only 5 are known to exist in their original form, making them not just rare trucks, but important artifacts of marketing history. At a recent private sale, one reportedly changed hands for over $150,000, proving that sometimes the most valuable collectibles are those that represent fascinating missteps in corporate judgment. Number 8. 1978 Dodge Warlock Midnight Express. While the regular Dodge Warlock was already a limited production vehicle, the Midnight Express variant represents the holy grail for Mopar truck collectors. Created specifically for the southeastern U.S. market in response to the popularity of Burt Reynolds' films like Smokey and the Bandit, the Midnight Express edition featured specialized high-output exhaust, a unique CB radio setup with roof-mounted antenna, and distinctive reflective pinstriping designed to be visible at night. What makes this truck exceptionally rare isn't just its limited production run of approximately 117 units, but the fact that Dodge never officially acknowledged the package in their corporate literature. It was created through a special regional dealer program, with modifications done by an authorized third-party vendor. Most of these trucks were heavily used and modified further by their owners, making unaltered survivors extraordinarily rare. Experts believe fewer than 10 documented Midnight Express Warlocks exist today in original condition. The most recent authenticated example sold at Barrett-Jackson for $95,000, representing one of the highest prices ever paid for a 1970s Dodge truck and highlighting the premium collector's place on documented regional special editions. Number 9. 1983 Volkswagen Rabbit Pickup GTI. Before small trucks like the Ford Maverick became popular, Volkswagen created what might be considered the first true sport compact pickup. The 1983 Rabbit Pickup GTI was never officially imported to America, making it one of the rarest Volkswagen variants on U.S. soil. By taking the peppy 1.8-liter engine and sport-tuned suspension from the GTI hatchback and installing it in their Pennsylvania-built Rabbit Pickup, Volkswagen created a truck that could corner like a sports car while still offering practical utility. VW produced approximately 100 of these special models as a market test, but ultimately decided against full production, believing American buyers weren't ready for a performance-oriented compact pickup. Most were sold to Volkswagen employees or special customers, with no official marketing. The trucks never appeared in showrooms or brochures. Today, fewer than 20 are known to exist, with most having been modified or damaged beyond restoration. A pristine example with documented provenance sold at a European collector auction for €62,000, approximately $72,000. An astronomical sum for what was originally an inexpensive utility vehicle, demonstrating how ahead of its time this concept truly was. Number 10. 1989 Dodge Dakota Convertible. Sometimes even officially produced vehicles can become extraordinarily rare due to poor sales and subsequent neglect. The 1989 Dodge Dakota Convertible stands as perhaps the strangest factory experiment from a mainstream American manufacturer in the 1980s. Produced in conjunction with American Sunroof Corporation, ASC, this was the only factory-authorized convertible pickup truck made since the 1930s. With its removable soft top and reinforced body structure, it represented a unique vision of recreational driving that the market simply wasn't ready for. With a price tag nearly 40% higher than a standard Dakota and practical limitations, limited security and weather protection for cargo, sales were dismal. Dodge produced just 3,759 units over 2 years before canceling the program. What makes these trucks particularly rare today isn't just the limited production, but their high rate of attrition. The convertible mechanism was prone to failure, and replacement parts became unavailable within a decade of production ending. Many were scrapped when their tops failed, and others suffered from severe rust issues where the top mechanism attached to the body. Experts estimate that fewer than 500 remain in operating condition today, with properly restored examples commanding prices upwards of $30,000, remarkable for a vehicle widely considered a failure when new. Number 11. 1991 GMC Cyclone Marlboro Edition. The GMC Cyclone was already an extremely limited production performance truck with just 2,995 units made in 1991. But among Cyclone collectors, one ultra-rare variant stands as the ultimate prize: The Marlboro Edition. Created for winners of a Marlboro cigarette promotional contest, these special Cyclones featured unique interior embroidery, special badging, and a numbered plaque identifying them as prize vehicles. Only 10 of these promotional trucks were ever produced, making them the rarest of all Cyclones. What makes them even more desirable is that they represent one of the last major automotive tobacco promotions before such partnerships were essentially banned by changing regulations. Of the original 10 trucks, only 7 are currently accounted for in collector circles. Their value has skyrocketed in recent years, with the most recent sale fetching $175,000, nearly 6 times what a standard Cyclone in similar condition might bring. The combination of the Cyclone's already legendary performance, faster than a contemporary Ferrari in a straight line, with this unicorn-level rarity creates a perfect storm of collector desirability. Number 12. 1995 Ford F-150 SVT Lightning Snowfighter. While the Ford SVT Lightning is well known among performance truck enthusiasts, few have ever heard of the ultra-rare Snowfighter variant created for a specialized market. Recognizing that their performance truck was practically unusable in winter conditions, Ford's special vehicle team created a limited run of Lightning trucks modified specifically for snow belt utility companies and emergency services. These featured the standard Lightning's supercharged V8, but added 4-wheel drive, specialized snow tires, frame-mounted snowplow attachments, and heated exterior mirrors. Ford built exactly 27 of these specialized vehicles for evaluation by municipalities and power companies. But the program was canceled when the cost proved prohibitive compared to standard F-250 work trucks. Most were sold off to employees or converted back to standard specifications, but approximately 7 survived in their original configuration. These trucks represent the only factory-authorized 4-wheel drive Lightning models ever produced, making them the holy grail for Ford truck collectors. The most recent authenticated Snowfighter sold privately for $118,000 to a specialized Ford Performance Collection, highlighting how vehicles developed for practical purposes can become extraordinary collectibles when they represent unique chapters in automotive history. Number 13. 2002 Lincoln Blackwood Neiman Marcus Edition. The Lincoln Blackwood was already a spectacular failure in the marketplace, lasting just one model year with a total production of 3,356 units. But nestled within that commercial disaster was an even rarer variant, the Neiman Marcus Edition. Featured in the famous Neiman Marcus Christmas catalog for 2001, this special version included unique 20-inch wheels, exclusive black ash wood trim for the truck bed, and a specially numbered plaque on the center console. Only 50 were scheduled for production for the catalog offer, but sources indicate that when the Blackwood line was abruptly canceled, just 17 Neiman Marcus editions had actually been completed. With their distinctive Tuscany black exterior paint and supplemental DVD entertainment system, cutting edge for 2002, these trucks represented the most luxurious pickup Lincoln ever produced. The model's commercial failure and subsequent orphan status initially crushed resale values, leading many owners to modify or neglect these rare trucks. Today, automotive historians believe fewer than 10 remain in factory original condition with full documentation. Recent collector interest in failed luxury experiments has driven values upward, with a pristine example selling at auction for $52,000 in 2022, more than its original MSRP, a remarkable achievement for a vehicle once considered worthless. The story of these 13 extraordinary rare pickups shows us that sometimes the most collectible vehicles aren't the ones that succeeded in the marketplace, but those that represented bold experiments, fascinating failures, or ahead of their time concepts. Many were commercial disasters when new, only to become priceless treasures decades later. What's fascinating is how many of these rare trucks were actually attempts to solve problems that would later become mainstream. Performance pickups, luxury trucks, lifestyle vehicles, ideas that were simply introduced before the market was ready to embrace them. Today's Ford Raptors, Ram TRXs, and luxury pickups costing upwards of $100,000 prove that many of these failed concepts were simply waiting for the right moment in automotive history. Do you know of any ultra-rare pickup trucks we missed? Maybe you've spotted one of these unicorns at a car show or hidden away in a barn? Tell us in the comments about the rarest truck you've ever encountered. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.